I'd like to discuss a valuable lesson that God has been teaching me recently, how to place my trust in Him throughout my daily life. I think trusting God is one of those things we say we do, but when something actually happens, we suddenly realize maybe I'm not trusting Him as much as I thought. That has definitely been my experience. Over the past several months, God has been showing me that trusting Him isn't just about big spiritual moments or major life events. It also applies to the small, chaotic, everyday situations that can easily go unnoticed. One of the main ways God has been teaching me trust is through uncertainty. There have been many moments in life where I honestly didn't know how things were going to turn out. I like feeling prepared and secure, and when situations are outside of my control, I tend to feel anxious and uneasy. In those moments, I've learned that God keeps reminding me that He sees the entire picture even when I only see a part. I've had to slow down, take a breath, and say, God, I don't know what's happening right now, but I trust that you do. God has been teaching me trust through my family experiences. Like most families, we go through emotional highs and lows, and sometimes those emotions can feel overwhelming. In those moments, God has reminded me that I don't have to carry everything on my own. He's teaching me that trusting Him means letting go of the need to control every outcome. I don't have to have every solution and I don't have to fix every problem. Sometimes the most faithful thing I can do is trusting that God is working behind the scenes even when I can't see it. God has also been guiding me to trust Him through my own personal growth. I'm in a season of figuring out who I want to become and what direction I want my life to take. That can be exciting, but it also can be confusing. Some days I feel confident and hopeful, and other days I question myself and think, God, am I even on the right path? Through all of this, God has been showing me that I don't need to have everything figured out right now. Trusting Him means giving Him grace and taking things one step at a time and believing that He is still leading me even when the road ahead feels unclear. Another thing God has been teaching me through trust is learning to be still. I tend to overthink situations and replay conversations in my head, wondering what I should have done differently or what might happen next. In those moments, my thoughts can easily spiral, and I start feeling restless and stressed. God has been showing me that trusting Him also means learning to pause, pray, and be present instead of constantly worrying about what's coming next. When I choose to be still and bring my thoughts to Him, I notice that my anxiety begins to settle and I'm reminded that He's already working, even when nothing seems to be changing. A Bible verse that has really impacted me during this season is Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. This verse resonates with me because I often try to rely on my own understanding. I like knowing why things happen and how situations will work out. But God continues to remind me that trusting Him requires releasing the urge to control every detail. When I surrender things to Him, He replaces my stress with peace. Even if the answers don't come immediately, He slowly reveals the direction that I'm meant to follow. Overall, this season of trusting God has been both challenging and rewarding. I'm learning to worry less, pray more, and let go of things that were never mine to carry in the first place. Even though I'm still learning, I can already feel God changing me through this process, making me more patient, more grounded, and more confident in Him.